Hi guys, happy new year. Okay, so I'm sitting out by the pool today because it's so cold, but I love the sunlight and I wanted to try it outside again, but I can't see my phone at all. So if I start to look really shiny, we're just not gonna worry about it, okay? Because it's beautiful and the trickling waterfall. If you're on my Facebook, you got to see the little waterfall picture. Anyway, but I hope y'all had such a good New Year's Eve together with your family or by yourself, with your furry pets at home or your babies. Me and the kids played games all night, which was super fun. We watched like the New Year's Eve countdown ball drop, and my son was like, is it Happy New Year for us? Like, do we celebrate? I was like, no, that's New York. And I was like, ours is in an hour. And he's like, oh, another hour. But we were just playing games. We played Catchphrase and Pictionary, and they're into like Uno. We have this game called Go Reindeer, which is a new one. It's like Go Fish, but it's like different and really fun. Anyway, okay. So 2025. Okay, I hope none of my cards flip into the water. I'm by the pool. Okay, so what does my soul tribe need to hear? We're gonna ask our guides to let me know what my soul tribe needs to hear. Oh, leadership, and it says higher self. Hope this is recording. Okay, it is. Higher self. So this is number 14. I can't see my phone. Okay, so leadership, higher self, number 14. Charisma, enterprise, authority, motivation. Your higher self encourages you to consciously recognize and embrace the leadership role that you are carrying out for yourself. Through your focus, dedication, consistency, and discipline, you're emerging from the background and becoming recognized by others for both your competence and your wisdom. Others are naturally drawn to your empowered vibration and will follow your lead as they accurately sense that you can be trusted. Your higher self is cheering you forward. Step into the lead and do not follow others. You have outgrown other people's control and can trust yourself now to successfully lead your life. Shine your bright light on the world and make no apologies for your enthusiasm or confidence as you forge ahead on your path. Others are watching and will follow. Be mindful, however, not to overdo or you risk becoming disconnected from your source or getting burned out. Your natural enthusiasm is like fire. It is warm and appealing but must be contained or it can consume you. Your higher self's message to you is lead with cool, calm, and steady confidence. I love it. That's so good. Oh, I kind of felt like that one was for me. But whoever it resonated with, man, that's the whole point. I just love doing this with y'all, you know? It feels cool because it feels like every day I just feel like I look forward to talking to y'all even though I'm talking to myself. You know what I mean? Anyway. Oh, did I just get a message? I don't want to drop my phone in the pool. Okay, so now we're going to do our inner child deck. I just feel so excited. Like this year already feels so exciting and so, I don't know. Like I told y'all, it's like a buzzing, magical, crispy feeling, you know? Maybe it's because it's cool outside, but it's like sunshiny. I'm rambling, but do you know what I mean? It's like a vibe. You can feel it. If you feel it, you feel it. You know what I'm talking about. I guess there's hope and excitement and like wonderment of what's to come and what's out there and doing things, you know, saying yes to life and to people who you connect with and resonate with and different opportunities that present itself for you. Like, even if you normally would have been like, nah, I don't want to, like, instead choose yes and just see what happens, see where it goes, see where that takes you, you know? Anyway, okay, so this is our inner child. So, Spirit, what does our soul tribe need to hear when it comes to our inner child and healing past traumas or inner child wounds, connecting with our inner child? What do we need to hear? I'm trying to be mindful not to pop one of these into the pool. Oh, that's too many. Too many fell. Just one, okay? You are worthy. Did you see how that just fell out like that? Thank you, Spirit. Okay. You are worthy. You are worth it all, my love. That's what it says. Okay, number 40. get there. Okay, you are worthy. The sun is so nice because it's cold, but it's warm. You know what I mean? Okay, everyone longs to be worthy. We work hard to find this worth in many different places, in accomplishments and titles, in the eyes of one another. But at the end of the day, all we truly have is the worth that we attribute to ourselves. This is not to diminish the beautiful gifts that we can be ours through our actions and relationships, but to say that if we do not find ourselves worthy first, we will continue to search for it elsewhere and never find satisfaction. Acceptance exercise says, for this exercise, journal your responses to the word worthy. What do you feel when you hear the word? Is there anything you feel you are not worthy of? What do you seek outside of yourself to make yourself feel worthy? Is there anything you feel like you are worthy of? Is there something that your inner child might need to hear about their worth? What are some of the statements you might have wished to hear as a child about your worth? Write down 5 to 10 key statements of your worth. These statements should touch your heart and fill you up with feelings of warmth and light when you speak them aloud. Now that you have these statements of worth, it is time to practice speaking the words to yourself. Using a mirror, if you can, look deep into your eyes, cup the sides of your face, and proceed to give yourself what your heart is longing to hear. Practice speaking these statements of warmth to yourself. I said warmth, but it's worth. Warm worth, you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's what you need to hear too. You need to be warm and cozy with yourself. As many times as you can during the following weeks. Your responsive journaling prompt is, how do you and your inner child feel after this exploration of self-worth? Is there a talisman or item you can carry that will help you to continue this practice throughout the following weeks? This is a really, really good exercise. I feel like that would really, because you're talking to yourself as your younger self, and all the things you wish somebody told you, all the things you wish you would have heard. Like, you're getting to give yourself that gift and know that you are worth it and you are worthy. That's so beautiful. Okay, if y'all were here yesterday, you saw that I was crying in that reading. It was so good. Okay, so this is called, so in our book, let's read the next chapter. This chapter is called Read This If You Are on the Brink of a Breakthrough But Are Afraid to Take the Leap. Let me see how long it is. Oh, it's not that long. Okay. So there is a path to everything you know is waiting for you, even if you don't know what that is right now. Sometimes the path we plan too intently ends up limiting us in some way. There are possibilities available to your future self that your current self wouldn't be able to consider. All your mind can pull from is what we have known. And if you're trying to build a life outside of that, then you're going to have to open yourself to the possibility that not only is there a path toward, but that it may very well lead somewhere better than you thought it would. Sometimes we don't know because we can't know. The very fact of us knowing would disrupt the timing of what is unfolding. The very fact of us knowing would prevent us from learning the lessons that are here for us today. And those lessons, they aren't a due we have to pay or a purgatory we are being stuck in. They are building blocks of the character of the person who is opening up to this next level of their existence. What's here for you right now contains within it the wisdom and the growth needed to unlock the next phase. I hope that instead of wondering and worrying how you will ever move forward, you can simply recall all the other times you feared you never would, and you did. You can remember that you never would have imagined exactly what led you to the most good things in your life, and I hope that will inspire you to keep your heart open and wonder, to mystery, to the infinite unknown through which everything beautiful and important will emerge. I hope you will break loudly, fail toward what matters, and let yourself know deep love, even if it means you could lose it. There is no merit in holding back, nothing gained but a life half lived. If you can say nothing else to yourself, say that you had courage. Say that at least you tried. And even if you never quite arrive, allow your legacy to be one of tenacity, one where you did not allow that fear to stop you from doing what you were born to do or having the life you were meant to experience. If you screw it up, you screw it up. If you get your heart smashed into a million pieces, you get your heart smashed. If you could say the wrong thing, you say the wrong thing. Please do not allow one moment of your brief and beautiful life to pass where you remain paralyzed beneath the fear of not doing everything just perfectly, a fear that has led you to resist doing anything meaningful at all. The truth is that very people who fear such things so deeply are often the same ones who have the most to offer, who have the most honest hearts and willing minds. We did not come here to arrive at death untouched and unmoved, precisely as we were at the beginning. The world needs more people like you to show up bravely. Even if you never get to the other side, will you be alright if you go your entire life knowing you never even tried? Maybe the kindest possible thing you could do for yourself right now is to just be honest with yourself. Trust yourself. Know that your feelings are valid, and maybe they're trying to move you somewhere you've never been before. Maybe the kindest possible thing you could do for yourself is to be your whole self, even if you fear you won't be accepted. Maybe the kindest thing you could do is to be as open as your own soul as you can be, even if not everyone understands you. Maybe the kindest possible thing you could do for yourself is to stop smoothing out every feeling that moves you from the comfortable path, knowing that maybe this urge comes from somewhere and maybe it has a greater purpose. Maybe you will give someone else permission to be their honest self. Maybe you will be their living proof that there's more possible. Maybe you will become the kind of guide for others that you yourself never had. And maybe in the end, the kindest possible thing you could do for yourself is to know that there is nothing that holds us back more than the important words that went unspoken, the deep instincts that went unfelt, the callings that went unanswered. Your life is reaching toward you, and maybe the kindest possible thing you could do is to reach back. As time goes on, you will begin to see the magic in the process. You will begin to understand why things had to happen precisely the way that they did. You will realize that if you did not have that exact experience you just had as, as you had them, you would have missed out on some essential lessons and tools and pieces of wisdom that built you into the person that you are today, the person who will keep walking you forward. When you look back on the past, you can see the purpose and how everything unfolded. And I'm here to tell you that one day you'll see it in what's happening right now, too. You just have to keep going. One day you're going to look back at this time and realize you are always right where you were meant to be. That's so beautiful, and I totally agree. Like I've been through some really, really traumatic things since I was a kid. So many traumatic things. And you know how they say, like, it can turn your heart cold and hard, or, you know, like those things that don't turn you. Like, I could be a totally different person right now if I let all those things make me mean or bitter or hateful or, like, not have faith or not believe in something better or greater, or that people are good, or, you know what I mean? So I guess I'm just like living proof that that's true. You know, like right now I'm going through a divorce, and it's so exhausting, and I'm ready for it to be over. But in the last, it's, what is it, 3.5 months, I have had to step into this new version of myself to be brave and strong and um, let go of being codependent, which I didn't even know that I was, or having an anxious attachment style, which I didn't even know that I had. Um, and I really had to like these things that I do with you, I started doing them in December because the 2 months that I did them all by myself, I learned so much. Um, like I went to Al-Anon meetings because my husband's an alcoholic. So I went to these Al-Anon meetings that I didn't even know existed or that were available to me or my family, like the kids. And so it's like Alcoholics Anonymous, but for the families of alcoholics. So I'm so vulnerable right now. But learning about abuse, right? Abuse in a relationship, different kinds of abuse. I had to go to a trigger warning, right? Like I had to go to a DV place to do like therapy and group therapy, and all these signs and things, the cycle of abuse and all these things that I didn't even see were happening, or that I was a part of, or um, so many realizations, right? So many, so then even acknowledging those things for me was triggering, to be like, what? Like, everybody kept calling me a victim, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not a victim. I don't feel like a victim. I'm not a labels person, so I didn't even like being told that anyway. But the more you hear it, like, I guess my body had to feel it, and I was crying all the time. Anyway, I'm just saying, I had to go through all those things to get here, to feel more whole of myself, and to feel like I know there's people out there who can learn from this and who can benefit from this, and who, if I just read this little thing that made me feel better, maybe it'll resonate with someone and they'll feel better. And then maybe they'll use it in their daily life with someone and set boundaries and set expectations and actually have open communication, so that way, like, you can heal and heal your circle, and you know what I mean? It's just beautiful, and I'm just so glad you're here, and thank you for listening to my little ranty, vulnerable story. Thank you for reading with me and for doing oracle cards with me. I've been kind of wanting to get another deck. Like, I love these two decks, and you know what I'm going to start doing is every card that we read, I'm going to kind of set aside. That way we could kind of work our way through the whole deck. Because I know we haven't read each of the cards yet. Anyway. I love you guys, and I really appreciate you, and I hope today is such an amazing day for you, because it's the first. I love new beginnings. I love the first of the month, always. I love it when it lands on a Monday. I love Mondays. Like, I know a lot of people have this weird thing about Mondays, but I love Mondays, because I'm like, it's a new week, it's a new day, everything's fresh and brand new, and it's my favorite day of the week. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go. I love you. Thank you. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow.